Alright, quick video guys. I'm gonna be just replacing my distributor O-ring seal. As you can see, it's got my coolant hoses a little oily, and got oil coming down from the transmission and the block. You don't have to jack up your car for this unless you're cleaning it. In my case, it's too cold to jack up the car and go underneath there, and I'm not trying to spend too much time on this. So first things first, remove your intake if you have a aftermarket intake in the way. Then 8mm bolt, remove the cap. You're gonna remove that and check if you see any oil inside the cap. If you see any oil in that cap, then that means the internal distributor housing seal has to be replaced as well. And before taking off your distributor, if you're not gonna time it again, take something straight and make a mark where it goes. This will help you put it back together. Alright, so now I'm just gonna remove the cap and continue. Cap's removed. It's pretty dry. I see all this like red dust everywhere, so I'm gonna just give that a quick wipe down. Distributor cap bolts are 8mm. They don't get torqued down so tight, so everything's hand tight. Best to use a 1/4" ratchet and an 8mm extension. Now you're gonna need a 12mm to take off these bolts. And yeah, I don't have any oil in here, so at least the internal seal didn't fail. But I'm gonna give everything a little quick wipe off before I remove it. Oh, and distributor seal part number for a Honda OEM. This is it. Should be for all B series. And if you need to, like me, this is the see, my holder broke. So this is the OEM one. It's for the foot prop holder right here. So if you're replacing that, this is the part number. Alright, so to remove the top one, you definitely need a spanner. So I got a ratchet in one, 12, and for these two, I used my 1/4" extension with a 12, and I like this ratchet. It goes 3/8 and 1/4". You're definitely gonna need one of these. You could still use this 1/4", but it's gonna be a lot of work because it's pretty tight. All right, so before I completely remove that bolt, I'm gonna just take note where the distributor rotor is at. So I make sure I put it back in that same position. You know what? Let me go ahead and mark that, and then I'll remove that bolt completely out and replace the seal. Okay, so put a rag underneath. Got the distributor out. Just pull it straight out. Don't use too much force. You don't want that thing spinning on you. Let's go ahead here. Look at the orientation of the ears there on the distributor. See that line right there? Make sure when you install it back, it's in that exact orientation, or else it'll probably fit if you force it in, if you have it 180 degrees out, but your car won't start. Yeah, if you get it wrong. And the inside is gonna match in with there. I'm gonna clean the oil and the surface here. I am gonna put RTV around here. It's not needed, but seeing that I'm putting a new seal. This seal was replaced like 3 years ago. It was a Felpro one. I got an OEM one that I'm gonna replace it with. So yeah, but let's clean that up, put RTV around it, and then replace that seal and pop it back in. And I was looking for whiteout, but I couldn't find it. But I did make a mark with my marker right there, just for, you know, making sure everything goes back together and it starts. Okay. Alright, just to show you where I'm at now. New seal is on. I put a little silicone grease around it. Make sure this side of the surface was dry. And then I put a little gasket maker around there. And it's just some plain Jane black RTV. And now I'm gonna put this back together. When you're putting this back together, make sure you put the top bolt on first and you line up everything, and everything went smooth inside. When I put this distributor back on, I took my time and just slowly put it on, and I didn't have to wiggle it or nothing. Everything just went right back into place. So yeah, I tightened that up a little bit. Now I'm gonna tighten up, put on the rest of the bolts, tighten them up. Hand tight is pretty much all you need. So I think the book says 10 to 15 foot-pounds, so that's really not much. You don't need a torque wrench for this. Besides, good luck trying to get one on here, especially this top bolt. So just go by feel. Make sure all your marks line up. Everything looks like where it was supposed to be at. And I cleaned off that red dust or whatever that was on here and here. So yeah. Now let's tighten everything back up, and then should be good to go.